because it's not acceptable that in 2014 we still have to meet to promote safe and legal abortion, which should be like a consensus from ages ago.
I think basically the genesis of the problem is the low importance that is attached to the needs of the women, the low status of women in a lot of societies, and a very callous attitude towards health of women.
I think, access to safe abortion marks a lot of things, including human rights for women. It also marks it's a public health issue, but also, to get attention of men of this world who are still in the decision-making place. We have to look at women as economic actors. And I think in most of the parts of the world, we are not counted for. We are invisible.
Until that time in the world where women and men will be seen as equal, and there is really an understanding, an in-depth understanding of the benefits of our equality as men and women, we will always deal with issues that put women down.
In the past 20 years, there has been progress. The fact that 33 countries around the world since the Cairo conference have moved to liberalize their abortion laws is a sign of progress. The fact that more courts, more human rights bodies, more UN bodies are recognizing that abortion is a human rights issue is a sign of progress. But there is more that needs to be done. And the governments need to recommit to a vision of women's equality, women's empowerment, and women's autonomy as preconditions to ensuring that more women don't continue to die due to unsafe abortion.
I stand for a stand-alone goal for gender equality post-2015. I stand for stronger language on sexuality education, on comprehensive abortion care, sexual and reproductive rights for women, because I come from Africa and I do not want to see any African woman or any other woman across the globe dying because she did not receive abortion care or because her government said that no, abortion is a crime and you cannot terminate a pregnancy. Let us save the lives of women.
World leaders have to raise their voice loud and clear that this cannot go on, that young, poor women in so many countries do not need anymore to die for the lack of a safe alternative to interrupt a pregnancy. So it's the moment to join our forces and be cohesive and brave in terms of asserting that without any doubt.
It is time to say we have lost enough lives and we should not wait until another life is lost. Then we can talking about that. I believe that the time to talk about it is now.
In the end, I think countries have to start to think about legalizing abortion and providing access to legalized abortion to girls and women.
Este é um momento oportuno para que todas as lideranças, todas as sensibilidades possam tomar ação no sentido de assegurar e garantir que a mulher, a jovem mulher, possa exercitar os seus direitos de saúde sexual e reprodutiva, decidindo melhor quando, com quem quer ter efetivamente um filho ou uma filha.
The time has now come for legislators, for parliamentarians to play their rightful role and defend these rights.
To mobilize young people in Indonesia and bring them together into the movement for safe and legal abortion campaign.
Nous devons construire une Afrique digne des femmes, digne des filles, et que l'avortement insécurisé qui met la vie des femmes en danger devrait être banni pour toujours.
As all of us work to ensure that women have access to safe and legal abortion, I think it takes every single cook in the kitchen. We need to have lawyers who are working on it from a legal perspective, who are going to courts to hold governments accountable. We need doctors working on it from a service provision perspective. We need advocates and grassroots who are helping to change people's minds and bring them on board. It takes all of us to make sure that we can move the change needed so that women can make these decisions for themselves.
I am very committed.
My personal commitment.
My commitment.
My personal commitment.
As a human rights lawyer, I am committed to using legal strategies and human rights strategies to hold governments accountable and ensure that they are respecting and fulfilling women's rights.
I have been committed.
My personal commitment.
My personal commitment.
My personal commitment.
I am personally committed.
My personal commitment is to the women, the Latina women, 26 million Latinas in the United States, to ensure that they have access and the rights and the ability to get the health care that they need.
My personal commitment.
My personal commitment. I am committed.
My personal commitment.
I am personally committed to making sure that access to safe abortion services are guaranteed as a fundamental right for women everywhere in the world.
I continue to be committed.
My personal commitment.
My personal commitment.
I am committed.
We call on governments to repeal laws that criminalize abortion and to make safe, legal abortion accessible for women and girls everywhere. We are united for safe, legal abortion.